I mean, I guess check through the days, I guess. Anything new? Oh, I accidentally pressed next day. I didn't want to, but alright. I'm just checking through the days. Anything else to do at nighttime, maybe? No, it doesn't look like it. Unless there was that one specific thing I could have done in that particular night. Well, there's a new scene with Caster. Okay, well, why not? I wonder if I could have gotten these scenes. Cookie crumble blueberry rare cheesecake. I was gonna say, like, I wonder if I could have gotten these scenes like before. You know, I got the final ending. Maybe, I don't know. Well, Caster took the triangular crepe without looking back, casually handing me a 500 yen coin. Hey, no good, she's not listening. I have no choice but to just eat my own share. Mine is the clerk's recommendation, banana with fresh chocolate caramel cream. Delicious. This is really delicious. Or tasty, rather. Even considering how hungry I was, it's superb. Even the name is excessively long. Those crepes, I don't know. Is it crepes or crepes? Oh, you know what? Okay, I must learn how to pronounce it. Crepe. How do you...
Crepe.
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 Crepe. Okay, it's crepe, not crepe. It's crepe, apparently. So these crepes they make nowadays sure have the taste of extravagance to them. I only thought about it after leaving, but that food cart seems to have a good reputation. I think Sokka might have mentioned it before. Even though it seems abnormally high in calories, it's easy on the stomach. Sokka had better avoid it. Caster, on the other hand, stuffs her mouth greedily as if the taste is unimportant, crushes the wrapper into a ball and throws it behind her. Okay, I guess, I don't know. Like, we're like on a shopping trip with like Caster, but she's very dismissive right now, I don't know. I let out a sigh while catching her garbage, and lovingly sent it into the waste bin with an overhead shot. She's glued to a van parked along the street, secretly spying on two people walking together a little further away. Okay. I guess it's not a innocuous shopping trip, it's something else. Are we being private detectives? Oh, okay. The first, Caster's silent husband, Kuzuki Soichiro. The other, my unfaithful older sister figure and teacher, Fujimoto Taiga. Okay, we're gonna see if there is how you say it? Infidelity? Infidelity? Whatever. They're technically work associates, I guess, yeah. Or see if her husband is cheating on her. Oh no, I don't imagine Kuzuki would. I don't think he seems like the type. Come to think of it, while on the way to meet Issei at the temple, I was caught by this witch, forced to stand up my appointment, and have been marching around the city like this for about an hour and a half. Issei is probably furious right about now. You should call him, but I guess we don't have a cell phone, so maybe not. Before I realize it, somehow we've left Miyama City and are in the middle of Shinto. We made our way across the big bridge, moving from pillar to pillar on the roadway to hide ourselves, all while being continually peppered with blaring car and truck horns. If those two haven't noticed us already, I can't help but think there's some sort of magic at work. The saying, a young maiden is blinded by love, seems to hold true. Why does that feel off somehow? Maybe something to do with the phrase young maiden. Everyone seems to insult Caster's age, even though she doesn't look all that old. I guess it's just, you know, it's like the anime thing where even though they're like older technically, you know, slightly older, but they're still drawn in such a way where they look young anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, along with the target, we continue to move forward. I poke Caster's shoulder as she's standing in the shadow of a bus schedule sign.
Caster, ちょっと俺まだこの追跡口の要点が飲み込めてないんだけど。
No response.
Caster?
Well, if anything, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she looks pretty like young in her like casual, clothes, but probably, well, maybe she looks older when she's like, being all ominous with her like actual like battle outfit and covering her face, maybe. Otherwise, no, she looks, like a young woman. Well, again, no response. Cassie? The heel of your heel is breaking my shin!
デニムのポレロジャケットの初々しい若奥様。あら、
何かおっしゃられて。
さ、俺たちなんでこんなストーキングプレイに夢中になってるのか。
いや、ストーキングプレイ。
教えてほしいんだけど。
こんなこと？
She grabs me by my neck and pulls me in front of her, underneath the shadow of the plaza's objet d'art. A blue flame can be seen burning in her eyes.
物覚えの悪い坊やね。一目瞭然でしょ。あの幹部を見張っているのよ。宗一郎様の身にいかなる不幸や間違いも降りかからないように。
I'm telling you, that's the part I don't understand.
でもだよ、あそこにいるのは藤村大河だけど。
ええ、だからこそ後見役のあなたにこうして看護してもらっているのではなくて。
Her guardian. Guardian? Custody? Is Fujine some kind of heinous criminal? Well, I'm not going to disagree that I look after her. The problem lies somewhere else.
隣にいるの久月先生だろ。
いかにも宗一郎様です。
その降りかかる不幸や間違いって？
たわいない。無論男女が共にいれば起こりうる至極もっともな状況を指して言いましたが、坊やにはまだ早かった。
つまりそれって
宗一郎様が建物の奥へ。さあ歩いて。
I'm led by the neck at a bent posture from a hiding place to hiding place while stealthily following them. On the other side of the street, a kid with his family points and laughs at us.
何を見ているの子供。豚に帰るわよ。
Don't say things like that with such a serious look on your face.
待て、落ち着けキャスター。いいか、俺が知る限りこの冬吉で、いや、もしかすると西日本一帯で浮気調査やらガサ入れやらといった単語から最も縁遠い女性はどなたですかって言ったら、そりゃもうあちらにおられる藤村大河女子だから。藤姉に比べたらさ、まだうちのバイト先の看板娘さんの方が現実味があるというか。
Nyachu? She's a cat in every way.
猫くん、風邪かね？そういう時は飲むに限るぞ。
あれ、おかしいな。どっちもどっち？いや、とにかくそのくらいバーチャルだってことだ。
But even after my insistent explanation, Castor's eyes don't show even a trace of understanding.
あのメトラメを人畜無害と言い張るつもり？けれど現にこうして二人の仰せを見せつけられている以上は、これっぽっちも説得力がないわ。
だからあれは。
Come to think of it, what's Fujine doing? I thought she had just wandered off early this morning.
そりゃあまあ仕事の話だと思うけど、何かの下見とかさ。
今日は穂村原学園はお休みのはず。休日出勤や残業の時は宗一郎様は欠かさず私にお話ししてくださいます。
へえ、さすが新婚、思いやりだね。
ええ、そうなのよ。遅くなる。先に食べていなさい。へ
え、残業ったら藤姉の場合、白とんかつ弁当キャベツ特盛り超特急だよ。
羨ましい。私も宗一郎様のお勤めする姿を見てみたい。授業では宗一郎様もお話になるんでしょ？
そりゃまあずっと黙ってられちゃ授業にならない。
Just imagine him just standing there, saying nothing,
何が？
and class is over.
授業が聞けてさぞやハッピーでスイートな時を過ごされてるのでしょうね。
そりゃもう倫理の授業だし。
As expected, Kuzuki-sensei doesn't seem to talk much at home. Castor doesn't seem unsatisfied, but deep down she probably wants to hear his voice more often.
よし、じゃあ予行演習だ。職員室のつもりでちょっと挨拶に行ってみよう。
Then no sooner than I start walking, my arm is pulled back. Turning around, I see Castor shaking her head vehemently from left to right.
ダメ、絶対
なんでさ。
わからない子ね。妻たる者、夫の帰宅を待ちながら。
The moment Castor raises her voice, Kuzuki-sensei abruptly turns around.
あら、先生、花粉症ですか？近頃は秋も辛いらしいですね。私は点で無縁ですけど。
いえ、少々耳慣れた声がしたような。
人が噂すればするほど花粉が大量発生するんですよね。
それは新手の都市伝説でしょうか。
危なかった。
やっぱり久月先生を疑ってんだな。
ギク。
Hiding behind a shop's clothing display, Castor scowls.
誰がそんなことを言いました？
で、その疑ってるのを当の旦那にだけは知られたくはないと。
なんということかしら。私の知る坊やはもう少し可愛げのある素直な性格だったの。
それって騙されやすいってことか？
Well, I mean, these scenes are technically still in the illusionary world, so actually we're not really Shirou, we're kind of an Avenger playing as Shirou, I guess? It's weird. Even though it's kind of ironic, isn't the whole point of the main plot is that we see all these scenes, you know, and we're done with it, and yet we go back, I don't know. I guess, why not? That's kind of upsetting. They say you should take a fresh look at a man you haven't seen for even 3 days.
俺も変わったんだ。あの作望を渦巻く伏魔殿と化した屋敷で過ごしていれば嫌でも俺だって。
本当何してるのかしら、あの二人。あ、また移動したわよ。
キャスター？
Oh, she's not listening. And she's gone. I guess we're gonna follow her.
本格的に腹減ってきた。そろそろ俺も帰るから。
Castor turns around in a flash, sinking her nails into my shoulder. Ow.
ちょっとお待ちなさい。そんな腹ペコキャラぶったところで可愛いのはセーバーだけよ。男は見苦しいだけです。
But what if I'm actually hungry?
じゃあ、あとは頑張って。
Run away!
待って待って。
Holding onto my leg, Castor gets pulled along, sliding across the smooth floor like a snow sled. I disregard her and walk briskly.
キャスターの心配もわからないでもないけど、でもやっぱりいい趣味じゃないよ。人の後をつけるなんてさ。だ
Shocked at seeing Castor sitting formally on her knees and in tears, I finally stop moving.
だって私一人で尾行なんてしてたらまるで変な人か。でなきゃ人妻に横連ぼしようとしてる愛人みたいじゃない。
それが本音か。でもまあいいじゃんか。職務質問くらいなんだってんだ。恥ずかしがらず言ってやればいいだろ。私は久月メディアですって。正真正銘あの男性の奥さんですってさ。
Kuzuki Medea. Castor was in the midst of staggering, but she suddenly lifts her head.
Repeat once more.
Repeat once more, I think that's what she said in English.
何
I don't know why they translated it to, like, I guess French?
くずきメディア
くずき
うん
メディア
I guess the fan patch even added that. They changed that to English as well. It's amazing. There's probably a lot of, like, you know, small graphics, you know, that they changed. Which is nice.
それだそれくずきメディ
Kuzukimania.
ア帰ったら朝日に表札掘らせなくちゃ
いやあんた居候だし
Caster's twirling about like a spinning top with both arms wide open. Oh, yeah, it's Beyblade.
皆様私はくずきメディアでございますくずきメディア
輝いてるなキャスター
Though you've also become a suspicious person for real now. Actually, she seems to be about at her wit's end. Just one more slight poke might be all it takes for her to blow her top.
あれ藤根たちは
メストラめ私を巻いたわね
あ帰ってきた
伏せて
Okay, back to stalking. It's kind of pathetic how accustomed I've gotten to hiding myself by this point. Both of them are retracing their steps, returning from the shopping mall's restaurant area.
歩かせちゃってすみません。怒ってらっしゃいますよね。
歩くのは苦になりません。
よかった。大丈夫です。次こそバッチリですから。
In the end, the two of them leave the shopping mall and head off in search of their next destination. Now that I look at them, all of the restaurants are completely crowded during the holiday lunch hour. However, they're not so packed that they couldn't sit two more people.
さっきからずっとこのパターンなんだよな店の前まで行っては目前で引き返す別に急転してるわけじゃなし
I wonder why.
あら坊やあれは
そろそろ坊やは卒業したい
Well, she will never stop calling you Boya.
僕か
Bokuga. Caster is pointing at the exit of an Italian chain restaurant. There are 3 girls wearing school uniforms. Well, you know 3 girls.
三枝たちだ部活の行き帰りっぽいな
Caster's expression becomes grim.
やっぱり人目を避けているのねあら坊や僕どうしたの急に隠れたりしてついに逃げ出したかと
She gives me a cold look as I cling to the back of the escalator.
そうしたいのは山々だけど俺にも事情があるあんたとのツーショットを連中に目撃されるとまた説明がややこしい
Caster bites her lip.
男という生き物は
Oh crap. Looks like I've gone and made things complicated anyway. Damn it, whose fault does she think this is?
急ぎましょうまだ遠くへは行ってないはず
あとほんの少しだけばうえ
Once again, she briskly pulls me along by the scruff of my neck. I'm exposed, naked to the public view. Behind me, I feel like I can hear Macadera's "Oh ho! Tomorrow the morning newspaper front page is mine." And Saika says, what is it, Maki-chan? And Himuro, well, now's not the time to worry about that. Okay. I guess they're following too.
奴らはどっちへ行った
Now that we've run as far as halfway around the mall, she starts yelling at the parking lot security guard. She really doesn't care how this looks anymore, does she?
あれじゃないか
Right this moment, the two of them have just climbed up the log staircase of what looks like a cottage-style store and are disappearing inside the door.
喫茶店よね
みたいだねはあよかったラブホとかじゃなくて
Love Hotel.
さあ行きましょう
あもちろんだ
I value my bangs. And to tell you the truth, I value my life even more. Gee, that mysterious blade sure is sharper than you expect. I guess you mentioned Love Hotel. Love Hotel. I feel like that's more of a thing. Well, I mean, obviously in Japan, but I don't think it's really a thing in North America. You know, like as a love hotel. It's like literally just to go and have sex, basically. With precise timing, we slip in through the shop's open door right as another customer is leaving. The waitress attempts to greet us, but becomes completely rigid after the first syllable. It's almost as if she was stared down by a rider. Behind Castor, I put my index finger to my mouth and appealed to the waitress with desperate eyes. If not for that, I'm afraid she may have mistaken us for a duo of robbers and reported us to the authorities. Fortunately, that doesn't happen. In any case, we're customers. We have no intention of causing any trouble. Could you please show us the most inconspicuous seating arrangement? Please don't worry too much about this woman. I try my best to explain all this with gestures. The result is that my sincerity and enthusiasm seem to reach the waitress as she leads us to a table situated as far from the other customers as possible. Somehow we did this all through body language. I don't know how, but alright. Thanks to that, she hasn't come back to take our orders. I look around the tidy interior of the shop and see that Fujine and Kuzuki-sensei are situated diagonally across the room from us, next to a window. Thanks to a thick pillar standing in the middle of the room, they haven't noticed us, I hope. The ambience is that of a true coffee shop, calm and relaxing. Yeah, I think we came here before. We might be able to overhear their conversation if we listen carefully. Nice positioning. Oh hey, that voice. Sometime after the two of us sit down, a waiter finally decides to show up at our table. It's another part-time job for him, I guess. I scan through the menu in a hurry. Restlessly eavesdropping on her target's conversation, Castor rudely gives her selection with her back still turned.
しょうがなんか絶対入れないで。だったらワインを。
申し訳ありません、お客様。アルコール類は午後5時以降よりのご注文とさせていただいております。
何もないのね、この店は。じゃあ、水でいいわ。
当店は紅茶専門店でございますので。
The waiter is also trying hard, it seems. As for me, I'd like out of doing battle with this menu that's devoid to explanation as soon as possible. I at least know what Asam and Kimun are. But what the heck are Nuara Ilya and Lapsing Soching? What? Local greetings? Newcomer servants? Maybe? New fake ghost servants, amazing. As someone with an interest in cooking, my curiosity is piqued.
本日は特にアイリッシュスタイルとなっておりまして、特製のブレンドをご用意して。
紅茶なんてただの色水でしょ。どれだって一緒よ。
Stop insulting the Irish waiter, please.
注文ならそちらの坊やが2杯でも3杯でもしてくれるわ。
How cruel. That's too much. She owes tea lovers everywhere an apology, and me while she's at it.
お言葉ですが、お客様。かのアイルランドでは、茶は血よりも濃いと言われているのをご存知ですか？なあ、おい。
That's right, you tell her. That's the first time I've heard that saying. Wait, oi, you? I look up from my menu in a panic and... It's Lancer.
注文もしやがらねえのに一発のお客面してやがるのはこの耳か？あ？
He's in a different costume.
Lancer?
The one holding Castor up by her ear is unmistakably Lancer.
よ、お前らもなかなか隅に置けねえな。自分の連れはほっといて密会か？
違うって。
なんという暴言。ありえない。
ランサー、また転職を？
My recollection is extremely vague on this matter, but as I remember it, Lancer was working somewhere else. He worked at the flower shop before. Isn't that just making him clean up?
どうでもいいけど、その汚い指をお話し。
おっとすまねえ。一度触ってみたかったんだよ、この耳に。
同感だ、ランサー。
Elf ears. They're not really elf ears, you know? according to the quiz anyway. I mean, they pretty much look like elf ears, but they're not elf ears, they're just ears. I reach out a hand instinctively and Caster's ears twitch.
動いた。
ブレーナ、私の耳を触っていいのは宗一郎様だけです。
ほう、触ってもらったことあんのか？
うるさい、島の野良犬、打犬、豚犬。見境なく噛みついてると細切れにして深の餌にするわよ。
現代ではガス室に送られるんだ。
何？
じゃあそれでいいわ。
その息だ魔女殿。そっちの方がらしいじゃねえか。でだ、本当に水飲み話をしに来たってわけじゃねえよな。
Caster and I suddenly come to our senses and look at each other. Bringing up the menu as a shield, we quickly hide our faces behind it.
なんだか騒がしいお客がいるのね。せっかく静かそうなお店を選んだのに。ところでいかがですか先生、ぬるぬるのお味は。
ニルギリです。
You pronounce it wrong.
のかな。
のようね。
Caster's face comes very close to mine, and I can see that she's broken into a cold sweat. Though she's been crying and fuming for the last while, now that I look closely at her, she really is an unbelievable beauty. Would someone really leave a wife like this alone to go fooling around with another woman?
何やってんだお前ら。あ？顔を合わせたくない客でもいるのか？
Lancer smirks as he watches us.
そうなんだ。実は
余計なこと。いいわ坊や、何か注文しなさい。怪しまれるから。
今度こそおごってくれるんだろうな。
割り勘に決まってるでしょ。坊やとデートしに来たわけじゃないのよ。
Then what are you here to do? Commit a crime?
これなんかどうだ？ケニア茶とルワンダ茶のブレンド。俺も飲んだが意外とうまいぞ。
じゃあそれでいいわ。それ2つ。
Caster tries to shoo Lancer away. What staggering rudeness.
かしこまりました。少々お待ちください。
Lancer steps back in a very well-mannered fashion. He's acting like a genuine waiter. He's so courteous, it makes me wonder if he's more suited toward the service industry. Just as I'm about to forget that he's a servant, the numbers in the menu bring reality crashing down on me. 1, 7, circle, circle. Huh? What? 1,700 yen? There are beverages that are expensive enough to have commas in their prices? I mean, I guess that's about like 17 bucks, you know? About like, you know, around like 20 bucks, I guess. That's pretty expensive, I guess, for just like one cup. I guess they should provide a whole pot, but one cup still shouldn't cost more than 500 yen. Not to mention the bottom of the menu is filled with prices over 2,000 yen. They drink several servings of this a day? Ireland, what an amazing country. That explains how cheap junk food like fish and chips became a staple of their diet. Okay. Now then, I concentrate on listening on the conversation at the table of two in the question. At the table of the two in question, rather. As usual, Kuzuki-sensei isn't saying anything while Fujine is talking up a storm. Still, something seems completely out of place for her tone. There's tension mixed in with her voice, like she doesn't know how to bring up what she really wants to talk about. Caster throws him a glance while stooping downward.
さっきまでは学園の教え子や関係者のいる場所を避けていたのよね。
だと思う。おそらく藤姉の勘違いでレストランのつもりがクリーニング屋だったりしたのかもしれないけど。
あれは勘違いなの？
多分開店セールの文字に惹かれただけで。
そんな理由？
もしそれより深遠な理由が隠されていたとしたら、俺はこれまで藤姉というホモサピエンスを全く理解していなかったことになる。
じゃあ模型店から怒鳴り出てきたのもエポパテが品切れだったからじゃ。
そんな場所寄ってた？
寄ってたわ。
Epoxy?
どうしてそんな女に総一郎様は。
Caster bites her nails.
そういう浮いた話じゃないって。
品切れなんて。
Now, even though this is such a high-class shop, I've never been so uncomfortable. Fujine, this is all because you didn't take action early on to clear up this misunderstanding. Quickly, just start saying something teacherish. I'm depending on you. Do it. Then, right next to my elbow, that's resting on the table as I pray, a face appears.
冷めるぞ。
ランサー。
いつの間に気配も悟らせず。
Steam rises from the cups as Lancer sets up tea for two without so much as making a sound.
お前ら、俺を誰だと思ってる？アルスターの光の巫女。王者の槍のウェイター様だぞ。
The waiter of the King's Spear, yes.
渋くなる前にとっとと飲め。
あんたが入れたって。
ウェイター様だって言ってんだろ。入れたのは厨房に引っ込んでる妖怪じみたジジイだ。
Spooky old man. What does he mean by that? Well, Lancer squats surreptitiously near the table and narrows his eyes.
目当てはあの客か？あれ、クズキじゃねえのか？
The atmosphere changes. Even I can feel the overpowering pressure she's aiming at the spearman without looking up from her teacup.
おいおい、よせよ。
While acting innocent, Lancer freely pours from the pot of tea.
客に槍を向けるほど落ちぶれちゃいねえ。そう首にばかりなりたかねえからな。
真面目なんだ。
おうよ、勤労戦士よ。
雇い主に尻尾を振るしか能がないのよ。
へいへい。おっと、何も混ぜない方がいいぞ。
Keeping her stiff expression, Caster brings the cup to her lips. Then her expression softens in surprise. Her ears twitch again.
おいしい。
本当だ。これは。なるほど。高価なだけのことは。
な、だろ?
He gives a self-satisfied smile. The tea swirling inside the cup has a very dark copper-like color, yet it is also completely transparent. There's barely even a hint of bitterness in the flavor as well. There's even a slight sweetness. This is actually better without milk. This flavor is the very essence of tea. The malicious aura surrounding Caster dissipates as she lets out a sigh and relaxes her shoulders. The background sounds return.
ちなみに、あんたのマスターとは初対面だが、隣の姉ちゃんだったら知ってるぜ。え？俺の釣り仲間だからな。
Fishing pal, I remember. There was that one time he mentioned someone always coming to his fishing spot and taking his fish. Well, I mean he offers his fish, he gives his fish freely, you know.
あの姉ちゃんはもっぱら食う方だけど。
So that's why, embarrassed, I bury my face in my hands.
あの女らしい泥棒トラップリね。
Sorry, I'm an accomplice.
なあ、そろそろ教えろって坊主。なんなんだ一体よ。
I give a brief recount of running into Caster and the circumstances leading to us tailing Fujine.
なるほどな。そりゃキャスターの懸念ももっともだ。
同意してくれてありがたいわ。けれど、あなたが言うと嫌な説得力があるわね。
よし。じゃあ、俺が一つ探りを入れてきてやろう。
ランサー。
何？調査費用はサービスにしといてやる。
He's gonna be on the investigation as well. He's playing Detective Lancer.
紅茶のおかわりはいかがでしょ
ちょうだじゃなくてください。とっても美味しかったから。でもおかわりサービスなんてあったの？
この曜日、この時間、ストライプ柄のお召し物の方にだけサービスしております。
Ah, yes, very specific.
え？しましまサービス？
はい。
残念ですね。先生も次の機会はぜひしましまで。
なるほど。
なるほど。He just takes this very
総
seriously.
一郎様、下着がしましまです。
いいから教えてあげに行かなくても。
Okay.
失礼ですが奥様、以前お会いしたことが。
奥様？そんな、うわ、やだな。
おや、私早とちりを。まるで一脚のティーセットのようにお似合いに見えましたもので、てっきり。
ですってどうしましょうねえ。
は
Huh. Is she gonna pay for that? I don't know. That's a lot of damage.
テーブル刺さってる。しまって、その不思議剣しまって。
It's a state of emergency, Fujine. Requesting heavy support ASAP. The table's not much more than kindling now.
あれ、お兄さんはもしかしてアロハのお兄さん？
お気づきいただけたようですね。
うわー、全然わかりませんでした。見違えました。
お知り合いですか？
ご紹介しますね。よく鳩場にいらっしゃって釣った魚を分けていただくんです。すっごい釣り名人なんですよ。アロハなのに。
Despite the shirt.
おお。
それほどでも。
今日は魚はお持ちじゃないんですね。アロハ着てないから？
仕事中ですから。ちなみにアロハは釣り道具ではありません。
With that, Lancer and Fujine start talking about the different kinds of black porgy caught at the harbor, enthusiastically discussing different methods to cut them and drain the blood. The complexions of nearby customers turn pale in an instant. Eventually, the young waitress we met earlier pokes Lancer in the back and leads him back to the restaurant's interior. And so we wait a few minutes. Lancer makes his way back to her table, smiling brightly.
よし、だいたいつかめたぜ。
本当に？
なんだか奥で怒られてたみたいにも見えたけど。
ちょっとだけな。まあ、しかしこうして。
Bending over again, he brings his face close to Castor's.
じっと黙って見つめてたらすぐ解放してくれたぜ。
それだけじゃ済まないでしょ。
She hits the tip of Lancer's nose with a menu.
お見通しか。
ええ、あなたみたいなタイプは特にね。
おう、実は俺もある種の相手には鼻が利く。だが正直、あの変な姉ちゃんのことは全くわからん。
He forcefully asserts this.
だがクズキについては大体わかったぜ。
一言も会話してなかったじゃないか。
Yeah, all he said was and ah.
それでもだって。
何が分かったっていうの？
そうだな。ありゃ女に振り回されて喜ぶタイプだ。あれこれ世話を焼いたり、わがままを聞いてやって懐の広いふりをしてみたりな。不幸せなのが心地いい一種の魔女。
Of course, I guess he's a masochist?
男女である前にマスターとサーバントとの関係だってのに推挙なもんだよな。
そこで俺を見るのかよ。
Castor bites her lips and turns away.
ってなこと。
怒ったのか？
あなたの妄言に真面目に耳を傾けた自分を恥じただけです。
手厳しいな。風の噂じゃ竜道寺で夫婦ごっこしてるって話だが。
She turns to him, her anger showing on her face for a brief moment. However, she falters, turning her face away again. She was probably about to say we're not playing, but she wasn't able to. As if he sees this, Lancer keeps going.
やめとけやめとけ。どこまで行っても確かな絆なんてものが目で見えたりするわけじゃねえんだから、適当にやるのが一番だ。
ランサー、 クズキ家の平和を乱そうとしてるのか？
あ？おいおい、坊主までそんな顔しやがってん。
Lancer scratches his head, disheveling his hair.
悪いな、言い方が汚かったか？要は気楽にやれって言ってんだ。夫婦だなんだって肩肘張ることはねえよ。自分が疲れっちまう。せっかくの遊びの時間だ。また同じ失敗をしたらあんたは立ち直れるのかい？
ランサー。
まあ聞けよ。俺でも妻帯者、一児の父だ。人にはいろいろな考え方があろうや。知れば勉強になることもある。仮にだ、あいつが浮気したとしよう。誰にだって間違いはある。ムラっと来たり、カッとなって憂を晴らしたくなったりな。それを今のあんたはきっと許せない。そうなりゃ何をするかわからんだろう。だが一度きりの間違いで全部手放しちまっていいのか？そりゃ脆すぎるってもんだろう。
何事も妥協で済ませるのが強き夫婦と言いたいの？
しかりよ。七かまどの枝はしなやかで粘り強い。嵐にも雪にも折れない。
I don't know about Lancer's advice, but I guess it's one perspective, one way of thinking about it.
自分の湖に小さい堰を作って時々水を逃がしたところで湖は干上がらんし、空の天井も落ちてはこんさ。
It seems Lancer is encouraging her in his own way. That said, a drawback of having three people talking while ducking low and clinging to a table is that it's impossible to create a serious atmosphere.
相手も安全弁を持っているはずだ。だから自分は浮気をしても別に構わないだろう。それがあなたの逃げ口上なわけね。けどあなたにだって決して譲れない聖なる誓いはあるでしょう。男の世界だけのものと思っているかもしれないけど。
聖なる誓いね。そりゃ破れないもんはいくらかあったけどよ。そういうのはなんだ。明確に考えちゃまずいもんだ。その手のもんは守るだけに留めておくんだよ。内容の是非は死に際あたりで振り返っていればいい。
It's a very lawful, neutral thing to say. You know, which is actually, I believe, Lancer's alignment. Technically, there's alignments, I guess. I think we saw them in Fate Stay Night, and also it's like kept in Fate Go. It's not really all that descriptive, I guess, of a servant's like personality, but like actually like Lancer's alignment is lawful neutral, you know, no matter whether or not it's right or wrong, you know, don't question it, just do it, I guess. Anyway, Lancer speaks of ties that bind, which cannot be yielded to another. He's saying that these are not something to be analyzed, but something to accept and abide by in silence. Okay, for example, I believe Gilgamesh is like, isn't he like lawful good, you know, even though that doesn't make sense? Like, he's obviously a villain, especially in Fate Stay Night, so I don't know. This is the biggest difference between the spearman and a certain bowman. Bowman, you say? Archer? Both are obliging people, but the latter points out every error in an attempt to help others improve. The former approves of even the errors and helps by covering for them without saying a word.
何度目の人生だろうが、私にはたった一つなのよ。定まったマスターもなく、ひょうひょうと暮らしているあなたには、生きている実感なんて永遠に湧かないのでしょうね。
かもな。命は巡るものだ。それはそれとして、あちらさん、どうやら本題に入るらしい。
Just as he says, when I take a look, I can see Fujine clumsily propping up her elbows on a table and locking her fingers together. He's a sentry and a scout prodigy after all. No matter what the situation, his eyes are always alert.
ところで、本日はですね。
Okay, here's the big thing that Fujine was trying to do to Soichiro.
お日柄もよろしくですね。
What's she gonna do? What's she gonna say?
折り入って、久月先生にご相談がありまして。 私って一人の女性としてどう思われますでしょうか？
Oh no. Even he's surprised. Fujine? With a dull sound, Caster grips Lancer's ear fiercely. Lancer looks like he's screaming, but no sound is coming out. His piercing is gonna be ripped out. It's a relief I'm not sitting beside her.
言ってしまった。すみません。他に聞き方なかったのかな、私ったら。本当ごめんなさい。いきなりですよね。でもぜひ率直な気持ちを聞かせていただけたらと思いまして。
And I feel, I mean, I don't know. I'll probably play out like, you know, it's probably just a misunderstanding.
私の気持ちをですか?
But let's see. 'Cause I don't think Fujine is the type to actually, like, you know, because it seems like, you know, how do you feel about me as a woman? But like, not like in the sense of starting a romantic relationship, more so the fact that how she is in general. But anyway.
先生でなければダメなんです。
Or is it? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Give us a give. Hey, Cassie. Oh, it's being torn right off. Or is that Lancer saying that? Or is it like, I guess, Shiro narrating what he's trying to say? Caster's eyes are wide open, but somehow my worried face and Lancer's image, contorted in agony, aren't in her field of vision at all. She's trembling all over.
少々話が見えません。順を追って話してくださると良いのですが。
そうですね。そうします。私ったらもう。
Fujine slaps her cheeks and downs her tea in one go. That's right, I'm begging you, Fujine, calm down. Lancer's ears life, because his ear has a life, I guess, hangs in the balance.
実はですね、先日生徒から相談を受けまして、女の子です。いわゆる恋の悩みってやつで、そういう相談は以前にもありまして、特にそれが最初というわけでもなかったんです。しょっちゅうってわけでもないですけど、まあやっぱりそういう相談を持ちかけてくれるのって教師冥利につきますから、私なりに精一杯親身になって聞いて一緒に考えました。
I'm a little relieved that the conversation we're hearing seems to be moving away from the worst case scenario I was imagining. Caster's released her hold on Lancer's ear and he's now squatting on the floor and clutching the side of his head. Oh, pitiful spearman, be thankful that you still have both your ears.
だったんですけど、以前はそれで感謝されることなんかもあって、ちょっとうぬぼれちゃってたのかな。
守備欲はいかなかったのですね。
はい。嫌われたってほどじゃないんですけど、こちらから話しかけても以前のように何でも打ち明けてはくれなくなってしまって、信頼を失ってしまったというか。
この話は他言しません。
助かります。
Fujine is starting to tear up a little. Something like that happened? I never knew. I wonder who this girl was.
その子に言われたことがずっと気になってしまって、今度は私の方が誰か相談できる方がいないかななんて。
You know, maybe this girl was someone we know, or maybe it's not maybe it's just some random student.
まあ、情けない話なんですけど。
So I guess in the end,
と告げられたのですか。
I guess, you know, Fujiwara is just asking for love advice? I don't know. Something like that.
ええ。その子にはこう言われました。先生は彼氏もいないし、バツイチでもない。何を話したって無駄じゃんって。
人生経験に乏しいから相談しても無駄だと。
そうです。
それでクズキに白羽の矢を立てて大人の火遊び。濃厚な不倫ライフを満喫してみようってわけか。やるね、姉ちゃん。
The blade of a knife suddenly appears just under the nose on Lancer's self-satisfied face.
鼻の穴が一つになるわよ。
It's a funny face he's making.
自分が未熟なのは重々承知でしたけど、それともう一つ、こっちのが効いたな。先生は誰でも好きで、誰にでも好かれるからわかんないんだよ。お前のこと別に何とも思ってないなんて言われたことないでしょ。先生を避けてる人のことなんか想像できないでしょって。私、人を好きになることにかけては男女問わず自信があります。でも、その子の言いたかったのはもちろんそういうことじゃなくて、
好きでなければ嫌い、あるいはなし。中間はなく、明確な決断を求める話ですね。
ああ、ぶっちゃけそうです。私の身の回りでそんな話はないです。この冬木市で、もしかして西日本一帯で一番縁遠いのが私かもしれません。
Fujimura route never. No. No, that's not.
私が力になれるとも限りません。
それです。恋愛にまつわる経験豊富な先生方は確かに他にもいらっしゃいますけど、失礼ながらもう過去の話ですよね。実感を持って私の相談に乗ってくださるかというと、ちょっとその不安で。
She must not have wanted them to treat her worry as something that she would get over with time. Maybe the student who asked Fujine for help felt the same way. I think she should have some more self-confidence in that, but...
久月先生はご結婚されたばかりです。つまり、久月先生にとって私はナッシングのはずですよね。
Caster nods strongly. Lancer's nodding his head along with her. Thanks to that, he still has two nostrils.
ですからぜひですね、今日は教師ではなくて一人の女性として私にどう興味ないかを語っていただければと。
Okay. A roundabout way to say it?
いやー、もう全く無理なお願いとは承知しております。でもこんな話真面目に考えていただけそうなのも久月先生だけだったんです。あ、ほら、なんとも思ってないっていうのも実はいろいろあるんじゃないかと愚行いたしまして、ガサツだとか、服のセンスが女っぽくなくてやぼったいとか、おかわりしすぎとか、食べてすぐ寝るなとか、タイガーとか。
I think the last three sentences is basically from Shiro.
って、すみません。私一人で延々喋ってますね。紅茶飲みます？
はい。
That's just Kuzuki-sensei being his quiet self, but more importantly, that's a tough question indeed. Fujine calls over a waitress and orders another one of the strange teas. When I turn my line of sight back in front of me, Caster, now free from her suspicions, wears an expression as clear as the autumn weather. Lancer, on the other hand, has a somber look on his face, as though trying to work through Fujine's difficult problem.
総一郎様、仕事仲間に相談を持ちかけられたなら一言おっしゃってくださればいいのに。私だって秘密は絶対に守りますのに。で、
それはどうかな。
何？物干し竿の行商だったら間に合ってるわよ。
竹や竿だけって俺の槍に真っ向くせふんどし干したりするんじゃねえ。まだただの相談事とは決まってないぜ。
まさかもう一波乱ってことは。
わからんわけわからんぞ。腹を割った話だ。どう転ぶかな。
Okay, Lancer, still stirring up trouble.
あなた人の不安を煽ってるだけでしょ。結果論でそれ見たことかって言いたいだけなんじゃないの？
Anyway, there aren't a lot of men who could answer Fujine's question easily. Assuming they don't hate her, they at least hold back a bit. To begin with, why don't I see this simple neighbor as a romantic interest? That's just not something people normally think. It's not something they're even conscious of in the first place. The girl who asked Fujine for advice was making a pretty tall order, seriously. So for someone to be able to answer it, they'd have to have a lot of life experience, the presence of mind to look at themselves objectively, the honesty or maybe cruelty to point out another person's flaws to their face. Someone like that? The only man I know who fits that description is... Oh, well, answer. Absolutely not. Okay, maybe not. It'd have to be Kuzuki Sensei after all, I guess. Well, even still, it's normal to be anxious that the person you're talking to might hate you or not want you around. As long as they're not extremely self-centered or extremely naive like a certain somebody, maybe it would end up as shock therapy for that certain someone. Taking a sip of his fresh tea, Kuzuki Sensei sternly speaks up.
未だ私がふさわしいのかどうか疑問は拭えませんが、先生のたっての希望とあればお答えしようと思います。
Okay.
お願いします。
おっしゃる通り、私は藤村先生に興味は一切ありません。
ですよね。
Caster strikes a small, triumphant pose.
男として藤村大河という女性に欲望を持つかと問われるなら、それもありません。ましてや恋愛感情を抱くことなどありえません。
ですよね。
Is this like... Actually, what's it called? I don't know. It was like kind of like a trend, I guess. A fad. Where people like intentionally insult someone. Like usually like a celebrity. What's it called again? I want to say... Burning? No, that's not right. Burning someone. That doesn't make any sense. Roasting someone. Yes, roasting someone. I guess this is what it is. Roasting tiger? I don't know. Fujine is having a hard time as expected. Beside the triumphantly beaming caster, Lancer is shaking his head with a disgusted look on his face.
あくまで同僚として円滑なお付き合いができればそれで構いません。
はい。
Fujine visibly shrinks. Please have mercy already. It hurts. Just listening hurts more than I expected.
そう思っておりました。
おりました？
Norimashita? Past tense? Nani? Lancer rises abruptly as he hears this. There's a fiery glint in his eyes. As I thought, he likes this kind of stuff after all.
私は総じて人間というものに興味を持たないのです。人生の苦しみや喜び、他者が自分をどう思っているのか、こちらに愛情を持っているのか、憎しみを向けられているのか、せいぜい気にかかるとすれば、相手がしたいかそうでないか、その程度。
I mean, you know, regarding his assassin background, it's a weird thing to say. Fujine's voice can be heard over the entire story as she leans heavily onto the table.
だって奥様がいらっしゃるのでしょ？
確かにおりますが、恋愛結婚ではありません。
Oh, no, Mariel, that's a big blow to Caster.
じゃあお見合いですか？
I'm surprised there's not a reaction from Caster just now.
それとも家に無理やり決められた言い名付けですとか？
強いて言えば見合いのようなものです。しかしそれも自分から起こした行動ではなく偶然的だったと言えるでしょう。
I fearfully look at Caster. Her head is tilted downwards to the point where her facial expression, concealed by her bands, can't be seen. Fortunately. Even Lancer flinches away a little. Yeah, I was like, what a thing to say. Do? Fujine, who sounds like she's reciting a Kenji Miyazawa poem, takes a deep breath and somehow manages to calm herself. She inquires again with a still tremulous voice.
どういうことなんですか？
他人に無関心でも生きられるということです。私は 自分の授業で人間というのは一人では生きていけない生き物であると教えていますが、それは現代国家という相互に保障し合うシステムを考えた上での話です。実際には個人の身になって考えれば他者の存在など必要はありません。道具や物です。相手も同じ人間だと思う必要などどこにも。
Yeah, I mentioned, well, yeah, this is like, you know, this kind of makes sense considering, because we learn from his backstory, his old flashback, about him, like, being born in, like, an assassin village or whatever, right? I think I called him, like, a sociopath before. I mean, he's not a sociopath now, but, like, I guess he has some sociopathic traits, you know, especially when he was still an assassin. And that's how he was growing up, you know.
例えば単独で狩りをする動物が意識するのは、自らの縄張りと子孫を残すために交配する相手をいかに効率よく獲得し、
Maybe he still is a sociopath.
縄張りの外へ追いやるかということです。
At least a high-functioning sociopath?
では殺します。
Again, I'm not an expert on this sort of stuff, you know, on psychology, I guess, but, you know, at least in Hollywood standards, you know, sociopath generally is like, stereotype, you know, sociopath is someone who's like a monster, right? They like, you know, like a criminal, antisocial, but, well, I don't know how to describe Kuzuki in particular, because, you know, he's often either sociopath or psychopath, but he's definitely not a psychopath. You know, he still has feelings, unlike, you know, Kirei, Yorokube. No, Kirei is definitely a psychopath. But Kuzuki, I don't know, maybe he's just like, you know, typical like anime thing where like, there's not like a specific disease, but they're like, you know, they just don't have a good like emotional intelligence, I guess.
あ、メスグモが交尾後のオスを食べちゃうっていう。
Maybe not that even, more like, they have like, I don't know what you call it, but like, you know, they're like the character that is like a kudere, you know, the character archetype kudere, either kudere or is it dandere, something like that, where they have trouble showing emotion, you know, on their face.
それは生存のために異性を利用する典型でしょう。ただ効率よく利用し合おうとする関係は愛情と言えますか。仕事を共に行う相手に好意を持たなければ生計を立てられませんか。
そうですね。
Again, I guess what he's explaining right now is his thought process about, you know, being very efficient, like not like looking at life very objectively, I guess.
相手のことを個人的におもんばかる必要は必ずしもないです。生きてはいけます。
はい。生きるだけなら一人で十分です。
ええ。
I return my gaze and am dumbfounded by what I see. Lance is moving his finger towards the brooding caster's bangs, all while smiling teasingly. No way. This is beyond morbid fascination. Is he planning on unleashing hell here? I lean forward to try and prevent any reckless actions. I reach up, but it's too late. And in the next moment, a fingertip slips into place and raises her bangs. And what appears doesn't look upset at all. What appears is a firm set of blue eyes. It's a gentle smile full of confidence.
ダメですよ。
Caster's not sad at all. Maybe she knows what Kuzuki's thinking. Because we did learn also that, you know, if it's just to live, that's all he needs to do. But like, you know, I think Kuzuki found a new purpose, maybe. Well, Fujine stands up abruptly, shaking her chair.
奥様を大切にしてください。
Her face is turning red and she flails her arms. The tiger has appeared.
一度も会ったことはありませんけど、先生が職員室でお食べになっているお弁当を私見たことあります。うちのシローみたいにプロ級とはいかないけど、一言で言うとちょっと出来損ないというか、食べても品質に問題ありませんというか。
Okay, he's insulting her lunchbox.
でもとっても一生懸命に作ってありました。
I guess the secret ingredient, love.
私わかります。私も料理下手ですから。あ、いや、だから私が先生の役に立ちませんって釘刺してるわけではなく、それにシローからも聞いてます。外国の方なのに日本の生活に慣れようとしてすっごく頑張っているとか、雅やかでとても絵になるお二人だとか。
先生、かけてください。器が倒れてはやけどを負いかねません。
あ、はい、これは失礼おば。
Fujine tilts her head in confusion.
あれ、これってば奥様から私に乗り換えちゃおうっていうよろよろメキメキメロメロなお話。
I mean, that's what we... That was the thing before this, but anyway.
いいえ。
ごめんなさい。そうですか。ですよね。また私ったら全くそこつもので。でも、よかった。
私こそどう語ればよいのか分かりかねて紆余曲折した話し方を。
Kuzuki sensei straightened his back, lifts his hands from his lap, and clasps them on the table, shining faintly on his ring finger is a silver ring.
正直に申して私は未だに藤村先生の疑問に直接お答えできる言葉を持ち合わせません。
それでしたら先ほど
あれは以前の私がそう動いていたということです。
Yeah, that's what he thought before, after he killed someone as an assassin, his purpose was completed, but he felt empty inside, so he continued living his secret life as a teacher, but I guess he was just never contacted again from his assassin friends or whatever, so he just went missing. And that's kind of his old backstory or whatever.
藤村先生は生徒に指摘されたように独身であることに不安を覚えておられるのかもしれません。自分に欠けているものを認めながら教壇に立ち続けることが自分に対しても折り合いをつけることができるのだろうか、そう懸念されているのかと。
Yeah, it's very similar to what he's not exactly being single, but him just losing purpose in life in general.
でしたら私にも不安はあります。妻を持つ者として何をなさねばならないのか、周囲に何を期待されているのか、妻以外の女性に対してどう接すればよいのかわからないことだらけです。こういった事柄に考えが及ぶようになったのは他ならぬ家内と出会ったからです。
Smug answer.
互いに何の過去も持ち合わせない、ただ夫婦という形だけが初めにあった。形から入るという言葉がありますが、まさにそれです。私はその形に救われたのだと今では思っています。私の内面。
でも今では奥様を愛していらっしゃるんですね。そこで黙っちゃうんですか？
申し訳ありません。私は自分の感情がわからない、いえ信じないようにしている。それはしてはならないことだからです。ですのではっきりと主観を口にすることはできません。
は？自分を信じちゃいけないんでしょうか？
いいえ、これは私の数少ない心情ですのでお気になさらずに。まあそういった約束事もあるので私にも確かな言葉などないのですが。
Kuzuki sensei coughs softly.
気持ちは鈍く怠惰なものです。今確かにそうだと感じ得たことが明日には移ろいかれることも不思議ではない。だからこそ日々の繰り返しの中で ようやく気づく思いもあるのではないか。ただ一瞬の熱情にすがるのではなく、寄り添って生きてこそ育まれるものもあるのではないか。ガランドの私でもいつかは変われるのではないか、そう思いました。言うなればそれは弱さでしょう。守るべきものがなければ何も失うこともなく、負けはしないのですから。だがそれでは生きているだけ、死んでいるも同然です。言葉を口にせずとも、私と家内はすでに夫婦です。私は器用ではありませんので、ただ二人の形を守り続けていくだけで今は精一杯なのです。私は口数が少ないので落ち着いているように見られるかもしれませんが、生徒たちの前で不安に駆られる場面があるのは同じです。しかしそんな自分の至らなさを理解しながらも、その瞬間に最善を尽くすのであれば、
This is the most
恥ずかしいことではない
This
で
is
す。
the most emotional Kuzuki has ever been.
はい。
And at least in this
い
scene.
つか立派な教師になるその日までファイトですね。
武道にも通じる話ですが、短い一生のうちで人を教える道には終着点などはおそらくないのでしょう。慢心に溺れず絶え間ぬ研鑽を続けることこそ確実な姿勢であると私は思います。藤村先生にお話しできる範囲ではこれが全てです。聞き苦しい話でしたが、先生が引け目を感じずに済む助けになれば幸いです。
As he says this, Kuzuki-sensei lightly bows to Fujine. Fujine's eyes begin to fill with tears.
渋い。結婚したい。あ、いや、ありがとうございました。すっごい元気エナジーいただきました。私の方こそ応援しておりますから。
Fujine suddenly bows deeply, banging her head and arms on the table.
やっぱあの姉ちゃん面白えな。
Lancer laughs without a care in the world.
総一郎様から離れたところで大騒ぎしてくれる分にはね。
This one is laughing as well, but she's most likely seething with rage inside.
まあ、あいつが律儀な男だってのは最初から分かってたよ。
ランサー、今ステータスの幸運値がE から F マイナスに更新された。
Even less than the, yeah, in Fate Stay Night there was like luck stats or whatever. Well, in general like stats, but we can't look at it here though. There's no like servant list to look.
何をバカな。
In Hollow Ataraxia.
紅茶代あなたにつけておくから迷惑料で。
何？
So as not to be noticed, we slip out from the front entrance. But as that was impossible, we stealthily creep across the floor towards the washrooms and tumble out from a narrow window, thus putting an end to our surveillance mission. Ah yes. Dine and dash.
迷惑かけたわね、あなたにも。
I smile bitterly while dusting off my pants.
まったくだ。けど、藤姉の教師らしいところが見られて嬉しかったよ。
あれで？困った人ね。
Caster shrugs, but she really does look content.
せいぜい晩餐を大盛りにしてブクブク太らせてあげて。
そうするよ。そっちこそあまり一世を邪険にせずに。一世？
保証しかねるわね。魔女ですもの。
You're supposed to meet up with Issei, but I guess not.
どうかした？目を丸くして。
やっべ。一世のこと完全に忘れてた。
And Issei, our true best friend, is just left alone all by himself.
しょうのない。適当に私の方で言い繕っておくわ。
Poor Issei.
すまん。
Even though this is all fake, by the way, this is all a dream world, nobody's real, none of this has any consequence to anything, but... The shame. All the debt she owes has instantly gone back to zero. Well, after I see cast her off, I recall the image of Lancer as a waiter. I had the impression that he was gonna have some trouble at his part-time job early on, but somehow I get the feeling that this one could last a while. Okay. There you go. Hailing like Kuzuki and Fujine. That's all done. Anything else? No? Call it a day? With the final night? Technically, like, loop? Sort of? Not really. If we look back here. Okay, well, let me just check one more time. There probably isn't any more scenes to check, but I'll check one more time. There's these, apparently we got a carrot, but I feel like we've done those scenes already. I'm pretty sure. I looked at it and like, I don't know why there's still an exclamation mark on Karen when those are the scenes we already done, you know. Makes no sense to me. Okay, skip that. Afternoon. Double check. Check nighttime on the 9th as well. No, nothing here. Checking every day just to make sure there's nothing new that we can still do in this hollow Ataraxia. 10th night? No, nothing there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. I already checked, you know. No, wait, no, one more actually. Another one, another scene that I haven't seen apparently.